How do you guys like that? We're going to start with some Brutal Doom 2 first. And I can't have music in the background.
Progressive Commercial Insurance offers affordable small business protection. You can receive discounts on commercial auto insurance for safe driving and paying in full. And get customizable coverages for your business. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes.
So that's how they're hiring softwares. They're hiring freelancers. Look what they're doing with AI experts.
Unbelievable. That dog almost looks real.
Grow your business with freelance AI experts. 5 minutes.
Listen, Dallas is doing something really weird right now. From one angle, it really looks unstoppable. Record prices, all cash closings, model homes getting snapped up within the balloons in the plate. And from the other angle, it looks super shaky. People backing out of contracts, price cuts, and builders, they're quietly dangling rate buy-downs like candy at Halloween. So which is it? Are we booming or are we breaking? And that is almost a straight question. Because the answer really means kind of this. So if you're going to relocate with Dallas, here's the part that I'm which side of the market you land on has everything to do with your commute, your budget, and your timeline. Check it out. So in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you why the luxury pockets like Highland Park and South Lake are on fire, while the mid-tier North Dallas suburbs fight all the headwinds. I'm going to talk about how the Northwest arc, it flipped the script on everybody goes north. And then also clue you in on the 3 major decision filters I use to keep buyers from making expensive mistakes. I'm going to tell you which master plan areas keep breaking hearts in rush hour, and which West Side communities quietly give you the same vibe for less. So I guess the question becomes, this is going to be your founders, your executives, your advocates, your missions, and anyone who's on this time and privacy or taking your spreadsheet. If you do it down because your job is over here and you want to settle in with the luxury that just makes sense, guys, then you're going to be treated real good, you headaches and real conveniences, then the luxury area is going to be a staple of trying to improve your ecosystem. Yes, the price tag is going to be we're talking about the cost of the private options. This will create a
Son of a fucking cunt.
Luxury areas, we are actually seeing prices continue to
Guy looks like he's jerking off. Son of a fucking bitch.
This was a year-end type of deal, but we're seeing funds allocated to your costs right now, so you definitely want to take advantage of it. Might be one of the savings and retirement that you're able to trail networks programming and the breeder mix size. In several of these Westside communities, the developer playbook is lifestyle forward. It's event directors, picture perfect parts, and a business feel to your radio. And listen, that matters when you go to sell. You're not just marketing a program, you're marketing a way of life for the next time you're going to scale the show in one place. Now, I feel like you need the real and a little tough love. Greater pricing in advance. Base pricing is up and down. Reductions appear right before a price increase. Next step, and something else is this. So the best way to keep your sanity is to focus on taxes, insurance, HOA paid in mud if they have it. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. And we need to focus on the next week or by the next school year. Guys, when you nail these 3 crucial steps, you can ignore anything. Another thing you need to be aware of to make sure your home doesn't go under water is that it's marking the best area to look at the research of commute, store values, and daily lifestyle. We're talking for execs who like to fly a lot, like South Lake, West Lake, that proximity to DFW is hard to beat. Dallas, and that trades new build uniformity for the charm and quick art district runs. For the families who want the master plan to get the test the commute in real world hours, not that midnight meeting. And then for those of you craving a calmer pace without sacrificing the real energy, the 35 US 400 is the bigger sky, really good for you to you can actually back out of at 7:45 a.m. without setting a prayer. Now, check it out. The school portion of everything, guys, I'm never going to tell you this district is the best, right? You do your research, you talk to the parents, you visit the campuses. What I will say is this, right? Schools shape the mind. Those patterns are what we see in these areas where people learn things and learn. If you want new construction energy and community events at the Northfield Overcook, point your compass on the one side of the Northfield. If you're running the time, you need 4 bedrooms without losing weekends and yard work. You're going to want to keep on the community. And if you invest in a luxury and time and into some of these states, I see so many people visuals and the deep research I give you that brings you the best insights to help you make the best decisions for schedule and you don't do it. I want you to think about it like this. If your cousin calls you tomorrow, say we're coming into town in 2 days, and while you're taking the best Tuesday and Wednesday, I am imagining you most likely have other obligations to attend to, like work for the kids, for instance. So reaching out well in advance to plan is the best way to get you Alright, look at mistake number 2, guys, is buying the builder and not the block. Like, listen, your home doesn't move. It's not a skate, and it's not going to teleport after you purchase it. But your neighbor's trampoline, that substation behind your fence, and the power lines do a lot of talking at resale time. I want you to just remember, guys, a lot first, everything else second. You and your rookie mistake number 3, guys, and one will pay more than what you're waiting for. Listen, Texas has extra line items that zero never puts in the road. Your payment cares about those, and so can you. Listen, merging people are really just a part of the Texas dream nowadays, guys. If you want that shiny, brand new home, these understand needs come with it. Now, they're not going to be in every single new neighborhood, but there is about 7%. Typically 6:30 to 9 a.m. and then from 4:30 to 7 p.m. You want to sit in it, feel it with it, and then decide if it's still worth it. Come on, look at the 4:25. I'm just showing you the complete corridor on the north side. So this thing is much manageable at home. If it's a note on a Saturday afternoon, it'll be a hard no Wednesday at 6 a.m. Now, so now we're going to do something no other virtual you watch that day. Be transparent, talk about a situation, and you can get a gauge of what you're doing. Now, this is going to be a lot more push, right? So you watch the whole 3 days out of the week downtown for 2, and find a place to meet with vehicle So the Whitlock, they had quite a bit of equity in their starter home that they purchased in McKinney some years ago, but the time had come when they wanted a very large and community calendar that felt like a resort. They fell in love with the model we saw more than their listing library at the time. Then their home sales started to land a little bit, and the contract felt really shaky. Now, we were able to get them over a few of those listed homes, and we took 2 days looking around the contract. Over here, they got a comparable deal with a slightly lower fee, but one back to local cause with a lower combined tax rate, and a meaningful wasn't smoke and mirror. I mean, the same way these guys, they collaborate around and bring this space in the backyard. And then we have our first-time buyers with a little sticker shock, right? Income clearance, right? Listen, me and him, we go around 8 miles all the time because he would come to church. And we wanted to really walking in the cheap. But I had been looking back in because in Dallas, guys, you get to pay too. So we really broadened the search for flooring apartment in parts of Mansfield. We found a spec home with a buy-down that brings stock to HOA range, and that kept his commute milder with his driver's days. He's now texting the photos from his covered patio like a proud papa.
Hey, my friends, I just wanted to reach out and congratulate you on all the success you had. Check out the YouTube channel and see you on the Dallas location right in York, Virginia. And to recognize by the brokerage as well as our dogs.
Let the total monthly payment of the insurance, the HOA, the listings, all the utilities for all the house, and regulation. And then section includes using sales like a tool and not a choice. Listen, right now that this appeals in 2 years without a refinance plan can be a trap. Conversely, on the flip side, a permanent cost reduction or a closing cost spread that preserves your cash cushion is often the smarter play. And then we move into step 4, guys. If your dream home is a stretch today, then you want to buy the home that fits your routine and your math in a demand solid area, guys. Let appreciation and principal do their thing naturally over time and move up later without sacrificing your daily life. So here's the real, guys. The luxury sector can be red hot while the mid-tiers cool off right now. And that's what happens when buyers at the top aren't rate sensitive and everyone else is juggling leases, layoffs, and logistics. Yes, the north is still a great place, but some of these other areas have become a plot twist that gives you the similar quality of life, a saner traffic situation, and a better monthly math. You see, I'm giving you the real story while other realtors you're watching focus on the northern areas, guys. But here is the kicker. Those areas are getting more and more expensive as the years pass on. And pretty soon, all that's going to be left is for the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Listen, guys, you come to this channel to hear all about the options and not just be sold on a property show with all the major pieces that those realtors seem to have never seen before. Reality check. They've seen it all at this point. Listen, the winners in 2025 and beyond are the buyers who pick fit over homework and routines over headlines. So if you want more real insights, no fluff, and no sales, then we created whole playlists, guys, that you can binge watch, and you can check those out right there.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for cards.
Shut up.
So far to go.
Our featured story, it's all about this Trump interview. And man, guys, this is not good. I guess we'll just cut right to the chase. We'll get into these remarks. I'll read them to you. This is really bad. And I guess I would start by saying this. I want everybody to take a moment here and try to remember what you felt like when Trump won the election exactly.
I was just a child when the stars fell from the
So Trump
skies.
won the election, what, November
But I
5th
remember how to
last
build a
year?
cannon to destroy them.
So it's about a year and a week ago. And do you remember the exuberance of that night? The hype?
40 years after the planet followed the Ulysses 1994 XFO4 asteroids, Stonehenge, the Erusian weapon of mass destruction, was originally built to shoot down asteroids. Upon discovering its potential as an anti-aircraft weapon, the Erusians ruled the skies over the mainland. The ISAF's attempts to destroy Stonehenge through airstrikes failed. As a result, strategic positions on the mainland were lost. This in turn forced ISAF to evacuate from the east coast to North Point. ISAF GHQ is regrouping its remaining combat forces at North Point. However, the Erusians control most parts of the mainland, and they have forward deployed bombers to Wrigley Air Base, a former ISAF facility. This bond force will attempt to deal a lethal blow to the ISAC at one point from a strategic position.
We're gonna build the wall. We're gonna end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours.
Here is the current sitrep and your orders for deployment will be effective immediately. Enemy agents destroy our ability to network, allowing several of their foes to penetrate our airspace.
They shrank the government and, you know, it's everything will be great. Remember this? Those are the voters coming in to the election. You might recall I did not vote. I did not vote at all. I didn't tell people to vote for Kamala. I didn't vote for Kamala. I didn't vote for Trump either. I told people to recuse
Fuck,
themselves.
I hope it looks okay.
Because I anticipated
Alright.
And when I started to notice this was roughly around
Apex here. Call sign Sky High. Your call sign is Mobius 1. Keep participating at all times. You are now on flight radio. $6 on Vector.
and then Miriam noticed
Today's my birthday. Victory.
that's when I knew something was up. Because Trump did not secure hands as it commanders in the commitment for the Miriam
this is Alan Fort. Got a visual on the down bombers. Whose kill was that? Make sure I thank you.
That's our roundup. Let's go on home. Jersey and Virginia. Mayoral election in New York City. First major test. How's Trump doing?
Thanks to your efforts, the angry bomber strike was averted.
Democratic Socialist becomes mayor of New York City. Republicans do about 10 points worse in New Jersey.
The war seemed to unfold in the blink of an eye.
Virginia.
I don't remember exactly when the forces from the West occupied my town. First it was extremely scouts to the afternoon. We were still all confused and
in particular with the economy. Prices remain high. Homeowners insurance remains high. Healthcare insurance is very high. Health insurance, I should say, is very high. And although inflation is stabilized, it's still a little high. Interest rates are still high. And the prices
The enemy home air base is located in close proximity to our front lines, making it a perverted environment.
Cardboard case exterminated. Food you know your grandkids are going to refuse to eat if you ever have to make it for them. Imagine how that's going to go. If the roads close in a storm or the shelves aren't restocked right away, you'll have to have food on hand. But if you're a veteran,
and so Americans are getting squeezed. There's a lot of signs that the economy is okay, it's chugging along, but there's also a lot of reasons to be worried. There's a lot of credit card debt. It seems that Americans are basically insolvent. Wealth is down. Everybody's feeling it. Everybody's feeling these cumulative effects of the inflation of the past 5 years, as well as the interest rates. It's been tough. So here we are a week after this blowout election. Republicans are losing because the economy sucks. And Trump comes out in the interview and he defends. He's given an opportunity. This is like a layup. This is a softball. Laura Ingraham serves it up. She says, so what do you think actually about the Chinese students? Which at one point it was said Trump was going to ban Chinese students from coming here altogether. All Chinese students would be barred from entering the country, and that was part of the trade war. That sounded good. And Trump did a 180. He said, actually, we're going to bring twice as many Chinese students in. Then he said, well, no, that's not what we meant. So Laura Ingraham asked him to clarify. This is what happened. This is from Fox News. It says, quote, President Trump on Monday defended his administration's plan to offer 600,000 visas to Chinese students. Laura Ingraham pressed him during the interview, questioning how the proposal was an ad-up with the crowded out spots for American students and whether universities were getting rich from Chinese money. Trump argued that foreign students are actually vital to keeping U.S. universities financially stable. He said, well, we do have a lot of people coming in from China. We always have, China and other countries. We have a massive system of colleges and universities, and if we were to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy, you would have half the colleges in the United States that would go out of business, he said. He said, I actually think it's good to have outside countries. But look, I want to be able to get along with the world, not with the French, though, he said. Or Ingram said that the Chinese, they spy on us, they steal our intellectual property. Trump said, you think the French are better? Ingram said, yeah, obviously. Trump said, I'm not so sure, citing French tariffs. He said, it's not that I want them, but I view it as a business. One thing you don't want is to cut half of the people, half of the students from all over the world, and destroy our entire university and college system. I don't want to do that. The remarks mark a reversal from earlier this year when the Trump administration said it would aggressively revoke Chinese student visas amid espionage concerns. In August, Trump changed course and announced plans to expand the program dramatically. More than 277,000 Chinese students studied in the United States last year, according to the Institute of International Education. Now, now it's going to be 600,000. Okay? Pay attention to what Trump says here. He says, first of all, he says, I could cut the number of Chinese students in half and make some people happy, he said. But think of the universities. Then what would happen? That's one. Two, he said, I look at it as a business. It's a business. It's all about money. We need the Chinese money. So when Trump says that cutting the number of Chinese students will make some people happy, who do you think those people are? Exactly. It's his voters. When Trump says, well, you know, I could cut the number of Chinese students coming into America, I suppose that would make some people happy. He's referring to his voters who voted for him to do this. Your voters, the forgotten men and women of America, voted for you to do that. To put American students, their children, or them themselves, ahead of the universities, which are run by our enemies, by the way. Academia is run by the left. Academia is run by liberals. Democrats who do not support Trump or his government or Republicans. Universities are notorious for this. And Chinese students. Trump says, well, I guess I could make you happy by doing what I promised. I guess I could make my voters happy by doing what I promised to do. But think about all the money. Think about the Chinese students and think about all the money that would go to the universities. I don't know. I think that it would actually be a good thing if we had fewer colleges and universities. If colleges and universities cannot exist without foreign money, then they shouldn't. Isn't that a simple and basic principle? We have too many colleges. We have too many college graduates. It's devaluing a college diploma. And by the way, the job market is frozen. You have a very high percentage of Americans with a high school, or excuse me, a college diploma, a college degree, but a much smaller percentage of them that actually have a job in the field that they got an education in. So, if you have all these universities and all these students graduating and entering a very tight job market, if they can't exist without that arrangement, which is America last, let them go out of business. Let them go out of business. Or better yet, let them economize. Maybe instead of spending all of this money on state-of-the-art amenities and sports facilities, recreational facilities, maybe you need to cut those things. Maybe you need to eliminate some of the programs there. But the point of electing Trump in the first place is that you're supposed to put Americans and their concerns first. And it goes without saying, if a Chinese student goes to Harvard or Yale, that is one less for an American. They live in many spaces in elite schools. There's only so many seats
Looks like a fucking selfie.
at elite public and private schools on the East Coast and West Coast, everywhere in between. Research universities, liberal arts universities, there's only so many spots. And if there's 600,000 Chinese students coming here, those are 600,000 seats that don't go to Americans. And I understand that maybe it's flexible and give or take a hundred or 1,000 in a particular university. But if you're doubling the amount of Chinese students, you're talking half a million in a given year. There are Americans who might be going to college this year because of Chinese students. And the reason that we elected Trump in the first place in 2016 was to reverse those priorities. And say, what about those American students actually? What about American students? human capital
You win.
with a high IQ who are able to be educated, able to be trained, able to work in skilled fields. America has one of the highest, in terms of the index of human capital, we rank among the highest out of all the countries in the world.
Look at how they just got Max Strength generic Viagra for only $9 each from Friday plans. I thought it might be a scam, but I was wrong, and I need to show you why. I was charged $406.
Oh, Bushido blade, bro. I have to fucking try that.
Generic Viagra at CVS. $45 each. With Friday plans, I got the exact same 9
Ball blazer? Okay, there. Ball breakers.
For $7. That's 87 cents each. Here's how simple it is. Tap the link to go to Friday plans and answer a 2-minute questionnaire. You can select generic Viagra or Cialis.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody wants your fucking stupid fucking little pill for fucking old men who have no. Shut up.
Surely we have the talent. Surely we have the people. What about those kids? Isn't that the whole point? Isn't why their parents voted for Trump? Isn't that why they voted for Trump? So, you know, they would have the opportunity to go to college. And then, by the way, let's not forget where this leads. The whole
Of course I remember Bushido blade. How could I forget?
College is so that you can be the most competitive in the job market. And at a time where entry-level positions in the best fields are scarce, at a time when the labor market is very tight, there's not a lot of firing, but there's also not a lot of hiring going on. People are looking for any way to get a leg up. And so, if you're taking away those seats and colleges for students, you're also really taking away a very good livelihood for them too. It's not just that Chinese students are coming here to study, they're coming here to work. They're coming here to get a degree, and then they're going to get in the optional training program, and then they're going to get a job straight out of college. You're going to get one of the better jobs. You're going to get a STEM job. That's a job that could have then gone to an American. That's a lifetime. The whole American dream is you study hard, your parents pay high property taxes to send you to a good public high school where there aren't gang wars and black people getting in fights, so that you can go to a good college. They pay for an SAT tutor. They pay for extracurriculars, so you can get into a good college. You're supposed to then go to college, pay an arm and a leg for a good degree, and then you get a leg up and you get to enter into the workforce as a professional. Get a nice white-collar job with a high salary, with good benefits, and then you get to get married. You get a big enough job
Yeah.
in a competitive field, in a high-paying field. You're able to buy a home, get a wife, start a family. That's the deal. And that's how somebody goes from working class or lower middle class to upper middle class. Or you get to be rich. That's the deal. That's the program. That's what it is to be America first, is to think of those people in Iowa, those people in Kansas, those people in South Dakota, wherever, and in California, New York too. But it's thinking about Americans going to college, to get jobs, to start families, to own homes, to lead good lives, and have prosperity in the American dream. That's the whole point. And Trump says, yeah, well, you know, I could put them first. I guess that will make them happy. But what about the colleges? The colleges are going out of business. Yes, why? Even if that's true. That's good news. That's totally overstating it. Colleges will not go out of business. Colleges will go out of business. They just have to change their business model. They need to make it more affordable. And by the way, if the colleges are so bad, they just have the government to help them out. What I know is the government can bail out Ukraine, the government can bail out Israel, the government can bail out Argentina, the government can bail out the banks. But you're telling me who is going to foot the bill for the universities? American students. You can't go to college because a rich Chinese oligarch's kid has to keep the universities afloat, because otherwise the colleges will go out of business. I don't even have a problem with that. But if that's what you're saying, why can't we just bail them out? Once again, Americans always drawing the short end of the stick.
800年前、鹿児島にいる創業にあった2つのホテルは、
The special interests are never allowed to draw the short end of the stick.
あの手を
If Argentina's in trouble, if Israel's in trouble, if Ukraine's in trouble, if Silicon Valley's in trouble, if the banks and Wall Street are in trouble,
海軍と
here comes the government to bail you out. Not a problem. Oh, the universities might fail if we let Americans go there? Oh, well, too bad. I guess you're not going to college this year. We have to bring in the Chinese for
両
this
者はいつ
class.
勝て
Really?
るともない骨肉の争いを
This is the kind of thinking which is why we voted for Trump in the first place.
やがて
And
長
now
見
it's
ては
business as usual.
ナル
And
カ
by
が
the way,
密
this
室
is
総
actually
理
worse than Biden. Like, think about it.
同政権の残党
When Joe Biden was president, he tried to eliminate student loan debts.
秘密の
That
違反
helped Americans. He said, here's a wild idea. Let's just make the state clean. And let's use all those funds they took out student loan debts. Let's take the debt away. Let's just forget it. Let's have taxpayers pay for it. And conservatives flipped out this weekend.
奪われた自身有利を
And
取
I
り返
sort
す
of agree with the constitutional argument it was overreach. But they disagreed with it in principle. They said the taxpayer can't bail you out because you made a bad decision. I think Ben Shapiro literally said that. Ben Shapiro said, if you make the decision to take out student loan debt, the taxpayer can't bail you out. Really? So when Israel starts a war with Iran, then we have to bail them out? Again, it's like Americans always drawing the short end of the stick. It gets to the point where literally Democrats, as dumb as they are, and I'm not a socialist. I don't support a lot of these policies.
I'm just gonna do one little round and then I'm
But
gonna go,
in
guys.
terms of the mindset behind it, the administration under the Democrats said, we're going to help Americans. You have student loan debt. It's a high payment. Maybe you're paying it off 10 years after you graduate. It's forgiven. Republicans get in and they say, we're going to double the number of Chinese students.
The body scanner reveals the brutal truth about your body that your regular scale will never tell you. For weeks, my scale said I wasn't losing weight despite diet and exercise. I was about to give up until I discovered the food. This isn't just another smart scale. It's a complete body intelligence system used in over 12,000 health clinics worldwide, now available for your home. The moment I stepped on it and grabbed the handle, it sent safe electrical currents through my entire body, scanning and analyzing my arms, legs, and torso with 98% DEXA accuracy. What I discovered changed everything. My weight hadn't changed. I'd actually lost 7 pounds of fat and gained